You know you really missed something when you almost start to cry when the first semi-final of Eurovision starts. Oh my goodness. Okay, we start the show. The show starts with Duncan Lawrence, who won in 2019, and he's presenting a new song, I think, because I haven't heard it yet. But it sounds good, and it has this 80s vibe that people seem to love for the last, 3 years. I don't know why, but it's catchy as hell. I like it. Maybe I'm going to listen to that later on Spotify after the show's done in 2 hours. I'm keeping you updated. It's just so it's awesome. Okay, first country, Lithuania. The song is strange. I didn't like it from the get-go. And you can see the dancing in the reflection. And they are wearing yellow. Very prominent yellow. Okay, I don't know. It's not for me. So this is not a song I'm going to vote for because it's strange. Not that I don't like strange songs, but there is something that is strange and then there is something super strange, and that's not for me. I just don't like it as a song. The dancing, just dig the dancing, people. I think you can watch the performances later on YouTube on the official Eurovision channel, but still, what are they doing on this stage? What word would you expect in a song that is called Amen? It's Hallelujah, just so you know, from Slovenia, a singer with a song named Amen, which incidentally, this song has the same title as the song from Austria, and this is the second time this happens, that in the same contest 2 songs have the same title. The first time that happened in 2015 when 2 countries had a song called Warrior, but at least then one warrior was better than the other. This year both Amens are boring. Eurovision starts. Here's the Hallelujah, by the way. But the staging looks nice. Because I don't know, Eurovision starts off and I'm excited, and the first 2 songs, I don't really like them. But I know it's getting better. I know 7th country is going to be Ireland, and I'm rooting for Ireland this year so much. For the people who speak this language, this is Russia. And the song is entitled Russian Woman. So the first time I read the title of the song, I wonder for which country this song is going to start. It sounds interesting. The thing is, I don't speak Russian. I don't understand her most of the time, but it's okay. She's got English lines as well. That's the German part of me coming out. I want to make something clear. In the last video I said that there are songs I'm not really fond of. The thing is, when you see them live on stage, you can enjoy them in a way, but those songs are songs you wouldn't necessarily put on your phone to listen to them on a train ride or something, at least not for me. I have my favorites that I listen to every day, and that's just not it, but still I can enjoy the stage show, which in the reflection you can see it's a bit wild. I actually quite like it. My god, this stage performance causes epilepsy. So, Sweden. A guy called Tusse, but it's written like Tusse, which is a German word I'm not very fond of. And the reason I'm not voting for Sweden this year, because I'm a little bit mad about Sweden, because last year in 2020, they had such a great song and such great performers. They had the Mamas, and they just took a different act, and I don't understand why. Most of the countries kept their acts from last year. Sweden didn't, because they had to do Melody Festival, I think, but couldn't they have just, found a different way to still have them there? I don't know. I would have preferred them on the stage. I mean, the stage performance is good, but I'm still missing the Mamas a bit. They should have looked for a featuring additionally to the Mamas. Maybe that would have worked too. I don't know. So, Country number 5, Australia. This is the first country that is not like performing on stage live. Like they had artists who pre-recorded their performances in case they couldn't make it to Rotterdam. And Montaigne from Australia is the first one. And I personally think you don't really see it. You don't really see that this is a pre-recorded thing. So this is still why I'm questioning why they couldn't have done like something like this last year, so that we wouldn't have to miss out on Eurovision. Also, I have to say, Technicolor is a better song than the song she had last year because it grew on me better than the other one. I didn't like that the first time I heard it, but then I grew fond of the way she sung it. It's actually quite beautiful. And she's very wild and colorful, so maybe I'll vote for it. It's a maybe, okay? It's a maybe for Australia. So I personally think this is one of those ballads that Eurovision is famous for. Like, there are so many ballads every year in Eurovision. This one is from North Macedonia, which is called North Macedonia only for a few years, yet was previously called former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. They just shorten it because it's such a mouthful. And with this song, I have to say, when you hear the story of the artist, like what they've done in their life and how they came to Eurovision, this actually gives them a bit more texture to the performance itself. That's one thing I love about Eurovision, and that's why it has no use to listen to older Eurovision songs that you haven't seen on stage and that you don't know anything about, because you can't feel it. And he's happy that he's on the stage, I think, because he's giving his best. Whoa. Okay, that's reflecting. So, here we have Leslie Roy from Ireland with a paper cutout stage, which looks very funny. But her singing sounds a bit like forced. Is she sick? I don't know. Like has she got a cold? She sounds a bit strained. I'm rooting for Ireland because Ireland is one of those countries who used to be very good and now they hardly make it to the grand final ever. And that's a bit disappointing, given that they still do have great songs sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And yeah, I'm going to vote for this song. I hope it makes the final. We are going to see. So, country number 8, Cyprus, El Diablo. I've heard about this song before I actually heard the song, because I read an article in which was stated that religious people in Cyprus went on the street to boycott the song, or to have this song not being at Eurovision, because it's called El Diablo. People are strange. But the song itself is, I don't know, I listened to it and I was just like, yeah, that's a good song, why would you pull that? Also, it's very red, like matches the devil, and she's wearing very little, very shiny. And her singing is very good, like, I don't know why, but Leslie Roy's singing in the previous performance, it wasn't as good as I expected. I'm looking into that. I hope this is not going to break the neck when she doesn't make it to the final. Like, I mean Leslie Roy, not her, because she's on fire. Like, this is the favorite of mine in a row. It's Norway, The Fallen Angel. This is, I don't know why, but I love this song from the get-go because it is about love. And I just connect to this so deeply. I feel the song. And I just hope it makes it to the final. I'm definitely going to vote for it because I also like the lyrics. The lyrics are very good. Because they make so much sense to me. Like, you know, this is one of those Eurovision songs where you really wanted to win. Like, when I think about me now, it's so... I lost of words, because this is, together with Spain, this is one of my prime favorites, okay? So, of the favorites there, I say, please, could this win? So, already next country. We are with Croatia now. And the song's called TikTok. But TikTok like the clock, not the app. because then she couldn't have named the song that, because like in 2012 someone sang a Facebook song and they had to call it the social network song, because you're not supposed to like make like an ad or commercial for anything that's not allowed. TikTok is one of those songs. It's nice to listen to, but maybe it's too mainstream to be a winner. Like, this is what I thought about the winner of 2015, go figure. But it's nice to listen to. It's the thing is, the thing I thought about it, which country could that be for? Like Slovenia, Slovakia? No, Slovakia's not attending anymore. And then, oh, Croatia. It's okay. It's okay. So, our next country, and I'm doing this at the beginning of the song, is Belgium. Hooverphonic, The Wrong Place. This is not my song. I'm going to use this as my toilet break because I don't like it. So, next country, Israel. Israel is one of those grower songs that I started to like after I have made my favorite selection, where it's not on. But this is a song, I don't know why, but it grew on me. I listened to it a few times and then I got the vibe, don't know. And by the way, the performance from Belgium, I heard it from the loo because the flat is not that big, and at least the performance was like solid. Like, the better the performances are from other countries, the more I'm actually asking myself if I should vote for Ireland, because the singing was not that good. Like, this is not the first time. I can remember that I once wanted to vote for Finland, but then the singing was so bad that I just thought, no, drop it, just drop it. And also, during Eurovision, it's so hard to find a place where you can go to the loo, so you have to go to the loo while the songs are playing that you really loathe. So, country number 13, Romania. They had good songs in the past. This is more like one of those radio pop songs that you regularly hear when you turn on the radio. The thing is, I don't know how long ago it was since I turned on an actual radio. Because I usually just listen to the music I really want to listen. Like, I even listen to more YouTube music or to musicians from TikTok than to other, like, don't know. And Eurovision, of course. The song is decent, but I wouldn't vote for it. And the stage performance is a storytelling thing. It's okay. It's decent. So, we have reached another one of my favorites, Azerbaijan. I don't know why, but Azerbaijan seems like a country I like. I have never been there. But they made a good contest in 2012, so I give them that. And they always have quite good pop songs. Like, I can only remember 2 or 3 years where I didn't like the song. I also liked last year's song, Cleopatra. And this year's entry is called Matahari. And I like this, like, oriental vibe in the music. This is something that Azerbaijan sometimes does that actually is what I like about Eurovision, that you hear things from other countries that are maybe unusual to your ear, but you can enjoy them. This is what I love about Eurovision. I'm so going to vote for her because her vocal performance is lit. And the dancing, wow. So, and what we are listening to now is Ukraine. This is one of those songs when you start listening to them, you're just like, what is that? But one thing I like about it is that it's in their national language. And I think this is always a nice addition to a Eurovision song, because there are so many Eurovision songs that I like that would have fared better in their own language. I just say Macedonia 2015. Just look up what I mean. There is a version in the country's language, which sounds at least as good, if not even better, than the version that went to Eurovision in English. I like the song in both versions. And this is a song, I maybe wouldn't vote for it, but I'd listen to it, okay? Like, I would turn it on a party or something, because it's strange but cool, somehow. If you want fire, vote for Malta, because Malta has fire, and it's pink, like the color, and yellow, pink and yellow. Why is there always mixed pink and yellow? I don't know. I think I'm going to vote for it because I like the vibe so much. It's one of those Eurovision songs I've been listening to again and again and again till I liked it somehow. And I'm so intrigued to see where it's going to land. If it's going to land a spot in the final. Like, I do have 6 favorites on my list, or 6 countries I'm going to vote for. That means they could make it to the final, and 4 songs I don't care about could also be in the final. That never happens. But we are going to see. And I just got a piece of cake that I'm going to eat during voting, after I've voted. See you then! So, the voting lines are open. I've already voted 20 times from my phone. And 3 additional times from an old phone with an old SIM card that I'm not using anymore. But there was money on it. Now there's just 5 cents left, and I think now it can die in peace. And I'm having cake. That's why I took away my scarf, because I don't want stains. This is cherry. The interval act is interesting. This is the interval act, so it's nothing to vote for, because in Germany there are people who say, oh, this sounds so much better than the other songs, can I vote for that? No, you can't, okay? And later I'm going to let you know which countries have made it to the grand final on Saturday. And I'm also going to do this video string on Thursday, when the second semi-final is going to hit my screen. So people, Eurovision first semi-final is over, and I have a list. So, qualified for the final have Norway, Israel, Russia, Azerbaijan, Malta, Lithuania, Cyprus, Sweden, Belgium, and Ukraine. Now I am very, very excited to see what's going to happen in the second semi-final. The shock of the evening, Australia has, for the first time, has not made it to the final. This is so sad. Like, she wasn't my favorite, but I wanted her to be in the final somehow, and now she isn't. Oh dear. And of course they voted some acts that I don't like into the final. And oh, also Ireland didn't also so make it. I voted for it, even though I said I wouldn't because the voice wasn't strong enough. I voted 2 times, maybe that wasn't enough. Good evening, Europe! It is Thursday, the 20th of May 2021, and we are watching the second semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest in Rotterdam, Netherlands. I'm going to comment about the songs that are going to be on the show tonight, like I did on Tuesday. It was a lot of fun, and I was looking forward to it because this time I can't vote for my favorite songs, and I hope that at least half of them make it to the final. The thing is, during the first semi-final, I actually gained more favorites. How's that possible? I mean, it happened before. Ooh. And they have an interesting, like, starting performance. You can see it in the background a little bit. It's reflecting. I'm using this reflection so that you can see it a bit. If you're interested, you can also stream it on YouTube if you're in Europe. And, yeah, I'm going to have fun. So, the first song that opens the second semi-final is from San Marino. It's called Adrenalina from Zenit. And she's featured with Flo Rida, which is quite cool. Like, you usually don't see big names from other countries in Eurovision. It's sometimes a one-off. And the thing is, last year her song was so strange I didn't like it. And this year her song, I don't know, I listened to it and I was just like, I like it. I don't know why, but I like it. Although I feel that the version from the CD is different than the version that I streamed on Spotify earlier. I don't know why, I can't help it. There seem to be differences. But I like how the performance is very colorful. Ooh, and now he's coming in. I hope they make the final. They are on my list. So, second country, Estonia. A friend of mine told me yesterday that she likes the guy from Estonia because she finds he's hot. I don't see it. I'm very sorry I haven't posted now. I was interrupted. So, Estonia, okay. Czech Republic, I don't know. I'm very unsure about it. Greece was a very, very good performance, but I'm not sure if the song will make it to the final. I just don't like Austria, I'm very sorry. Someone asked me about my opinion on Austria, and I said I'm going to form my opinion after the live performance, and it was just like, this could be like a toilet break. I'm very sorry. And then we had Poland. Poland was very energetic, and in the next video we are going to talk about the song that is starting now from Moldova. So, our song from Moldova is called Sugar, and this is one of those typical colorful Eurovision songs that after Eurovision I think no one actually ever is going to hear about ever again. Like, apart from that you have a good time watching it, perhaps, and that she has a good time on that stage. This is one of those easily forgettable songs. Like, I'm not very optimistic that it's going to the final. It's not even a favorite of mine, but I'm still trying to see from the live performance. I mean, she is very professional, but I'm not sure if it's grand final material. Also, message? I don't really get a message, it's just a song to me. So, 8th song of the evening, Iceland. The thing is, the people from Iceland can't sing live because one of the band members has been tested positive for COVID yesterday. And what we are seeing now is one of the rehearsals. I'm glad they can still show that. Like in previous contests, this maybe wouldn't have been possible. Gladly they applied the rules to the situation. And I don't know why. Like, this song is... I personally like it even more than Think About Things. I'm honestly not kidding. And I like that live he sounds so good. And the movement is very silly somehow. The dance moves are completely, completely silly. I hope they make it to the final, disregarding of not being live. Okay, this is Serbia. They are singing their own language, which is good. It's exciting. Earlier when my mother was there, she complained that every country sings in English. That was when Austria was singing, and she was just like, this doesn't sound anything like Austria. And I asked her, what are you expecting, Musikantenstadel? The song itself, it's not one of my favorites, but again, it's one of those songs that like unfolds when it's on stage. When you see the performers sing the song actively and you have all this movement, this is what Eurovision is about. I think I said that on Tuesday about the point stands. This is what Eurovision is about. It's not just listening, but also seeing music. That's why the performance also is very important. We'll see how they make it, if they make it. This is the ballad from Georgia, the country, not the state in the US. And it's so boring that I think I'm going to the loo before I drift into the dreamlands. So, after a toilet break of very long 3 minutes, we are back with Albania. Or Albania? Albania. I say Albania. And she's very glittery. And there's a lot of red working in the background. And she's also singing in her native language. Like in the past, they always selected their songs in Albanian and then they switched it to English when it went to Eurovision, and they almost never succeeded with this method, so they were just like, okay, we are dropping the English, we are just going to sing Albanian. And I think this is very good, because Eurovision should be also about different languages, so that you have at least heard it. and have elements from the national music of this country. And I think this performance is very on fire. So, surprisingly, we are now at Portugal. And this is a country that always had songs in their native language. Until this year, because our commentator just said that this is the first time the country has ever sent a complete English song to the contest. And they have been going back a few years because their aspect ratio is broken. And it's in black and white. I'm half expecting an orchestra to turn up behind the screen. Oh, like it was an old Eurovision. The song is not bad, actually. It's very... Oh! Have you seen the transition? I hope you saw it. That was a good transition. I like it. Yeah, it's... Maybe it's a dark horse. Don't know. So, here we do have number 13, a very intimate song from Bulgaria. And I think this is the song when I was listening to the Eurovision songs with my cousins, where they said, this sounds like Billie Eilish music. And I was just like, oh, it does? Because I'm not listening to Billie Eilish. Not that I don't like her, it's just not my kind of music. I think this is the third time this week that I exclaimed that. And the thing that I'm asking myself is, have they deliberately chosen this style? Like, the song for last year was in the same style, okay? Have they deliberately chosen this style so that they could score more points because this is popular right now? This is a thought that crosses your mind when you hear something that sounds very familiar to a very, like, successful artist that is very hot right now. So, who knows if she's going to the final or not? And here we have musical variety from Finland. A very rock-oriented song. I'm usually not a fan of rock songs, but when they are done right, they just hit, especially when you see it live. And I personally think Finland could make it to the final with this song, because it's very, yeah, very strong, I think. Like, you're creating a mood in this arena right now. And the mood is very essential for being voted to the final. Like, when you haven't got the right mood, then you're out. I'm sorry. Unless you're Sweden. that was a bad thing to say. I'm sorry. But I can imagine them in the final. Yeah, totally. So, I'm joining in a bit late. I was interrupted again. Apparently my telly is rather loud, but I'm trying to get the Eurovision vibe. We have Latvia over here, which is very... yeah. It's a female power song. This is what my cousin said when we listened to it. And the singer has a very strong voice. I wonder if they make it to the final? They could. And if I understood it correctly, this song was also co-written by Aminata Savadogo, who participated in 2015 and also wrote the song of 2016. And I also liked the 2015 song, so I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Here is again a very slow song, this time from Switzerland, with a guy with a very strange name. The commentator explained it, but it's not less strange now. I'm not sure. Like, in 2019, the Switzerland was on fire. And this year, they are, like, slowly drowning. Sometimes my honest opinion should not prevail, okay? The thing is, Eurovision needs a good mix of slow and fast songs, so that it doesn't seem like one consecutive song. That would be bad. I also have looked at my favorites list. There are only 3 of my favorites in this semi-final, okay? So if I get 1, I'm lucky. So we've reached the last song of the evening. And we have a Danish 80s song. And I don't know why, like, when I think about the song they did last year, it was okay. But when I heard this, I was just in love with this retro vibe. I also like the instrumentalization. And that it's in Danish. Like, I've been listening to Danish music before because I like Medina, and some of her songs are also available in Danish. And although I don't speak Danish and don't understand Danish, it sounds rather beautiful. Like, that's also a reason I buy Disney soundtracks in whatnot of languages, because, don't know, like, sometimes I go to Spotify and listen to them without end. And I think this is one of the songs I listen to more frequent on my phone. And this is my favorite. I want this to go to the final. So people, it's decided. The 10 countries that are joining the final on Saturday are Albania, Serbia, Bulgaria, Moldova, Portugal, Iceland, San Marino, Switzerland, Greece, and Finland, which means from my 3, and they became 4 favorites because I added Greece, because Greece was very good. The only favorite that didn't make it was Denmark. I'm so sorry, Denmark. I wanted to vote for Denmark, and I couldn't. It was such a great song. But I'm especially happy for San Marino, because I was vibing so hard for them to go to the final, and now they did it. Yeah, I don't know who voted for Switzerland. Apparently people like this song. I'm not a fan of it, but let's see how it fares in the contest.